Hello everyone, welcome back. It's been weeks, I think, since I last made one of these. Been pretty busy, but hopefully gonna get some more out soon. We're gonna do a replay analysis today for Kizzard. Now, he's from Down Under, he's an ICE player. All accents aside, he's Diamond, so let's get to the replay. I do apologise if that caused any offence. I'm just trying to portray some sort of humour, and I realise how cringeworthy that was. But I'm gonna leave it in for the content. So the first thing I've noticed is you really want to be flipping to that kickoff, you want to be getting there faster. Yeah, it's quite a slow kickoff. If you went against the higher rank, they'd absolutely be beating you. Fortunately, you win the challenge. Check this from your teammate's POV, because I don't think this is your problem, I think it's their problem. One of them stood still, and the other one's taking a long time to rotate. Could have done anything differently. Where's your other teammate now? I think here you probably should have gone on behind this teammate. Not that that's going to help with the matters at all, because this is just awkward all around. I'm not sure why your other teammate stays still. Yeah, I think you could have definitely have controlled that a bit better. If you work on your ball control, you could have just dribbled it back up the wall or to your own corner to recover. If you find yourself in this position, as you go up in the ranks, you're going to want to jump for this. They're going to be all over this like a rash, like you're going to need to jump. At this point, you just get better mechanically, you're going to have to jump and clear that. Basically, if you're probably in champ or above, the second this guy's hit this, someone's going to be jumping for a double touch. I think you hesitate because of your camera angle. Would have been easier to just jump for it straight away. So when this double commit happens, it's definitely yours to go for because your teammate's trying to rotate back around. I wouldn't go for this bump here though. In fact, you've got 0 boost, you'd be better off just trying to recover and get the boost rather than thinking about going for the demo. You do manage to hit him off the ball though, so it's not the worst thing in the world. Yeah, your teammate doesn't rotate very well there either. You've gone to the back post, this is definitely yours to go for, but they just kind of cut in front of you. While all this is happening, you could just be getting boost. So you see at this point, when you bump this guy, you could be getting the boost around that. So you could be going like this instead. Leaves you with like, I don't know, 50 boost rather than the 12 you have when you're in net. Where's your other teammate? Oh, he's there. Yeah, I think if you had more boost, you could have passed this down the left side to your teammate, but you just had the smallest amount of boost, so not really a lot you could have done. Oh, this is like free for all. I think if you work on your ball control somewhat, it would have made more sense to either position yourself for a shot here, or roll it towards the wall so you could have carried on. The way you hit this means you're kind of just giving away possession straight away. Yeah, if you'd have controlled that better, it would have been okay. Then you kind of rotated back around the ball, making it awkward. The second you hit this, you probably should have just gone back the other way. Rather than going for that boost there. Rather than going that way, just kind of go that way and let this guy come in here, which he wants to do. You could have just gone off this way. Getting the boost and going back behind him. So what happens is you go back for the ball and you hit it slightly, I think. And then that leaves your teammate and you racing for it. And then you go for it again. Yeah, if you was rotating properly, you wouldn't have to do any of that. It would be quite a seamless team play to get out of defence. I just think you need to work on your ball control a bit more. You spend a lot of time without boost, and at this point you've gone for boost when you probably should have been going for something in your half. The ball's going in that direction and yet you're slowly driving at their corner boost. Oh, that's awkward. Let's just see this from someone else's POV. Yeah, you definitely should have left this for your teammate. What you want to really do instead is the second he hits this, you want to just keep going back. Maybe go on the middle boost or this way, this round the sides or whatever. You just don't want to be going to sort of rotate under the ball in the play. When you do that, you just kind of get in everyone's way. Which you can see here, you get bumped by the enemy and then bumped by your own teammate because you were in the wrong place. That's unfortunate. Based on your teammate's position and your position, you never really want to get directly into your teammate's kind of part of the pitch, if you like. If you imagine the entire pitch is like squares, all three of you are in quite a small area. This guy at the back should actually be closer to middle in the net. You're kind of too close based on where your teammate is. He's going for this challenge already, so by you jumping in, you're not helping at all. Best off to just sit and wait for your teammate. Just kind of sit in this kind of area and wait for your teammate to hit the ball. And then you can follow it on if you need to. Instead, what happens is your teammate loses this 50, and now you're well out of the play. And you kind of gone for boost again there when you still have 85. You could just turn instantly and go back. I mean, you're only saving yourself a few meters, but a few meters in Rocket League is a big gap. I think that this goal basically came as a result of your double commit with this guy. And a bad save attempt from your teammate, who's probably panicking. That's a better kick-off though. Again, that's one of those moments where you really don't want to be doing that. You don't need to hit the ball. I don't know if you mean to. It looks like, I mean, you can definitely have avoided it, but it looks like you turned into it on purpose. You well to recover though. Your aerial skills aren't bad for Diamond, but you should work on your landings a bit better. This is one of those moments where you could have gone up the wall. You see this guy going for the hit on the wall, you could actually be in this direction going up this wall already. You'd be in a much better place to make that save. You still do block it. That's a good bump. And it's also a good boost steal. Your teammate wasn't really ready to clear the ball at the time. That's unlucky. I would say this, you should definitely have gone behind this guy because he should have been rotating up quicker. He's kind of always out of position, so I don't blame you for just going because he's not going, but in an ordinary game you really want to let him go first. Because you should have been rotating back based on the hit you hear, and then you're going backwards. You should just be going back behind everyone, like you're going for the ball again, and you shouldn't be going for the ball, if that makes sense. It's not bad to wait on the boost here, but bear in mind you don't really ever want to be stationary in Rocket League. You need momentum at all times. If they were a better enemy, this would have been a better clear and you'd have been kind of out of position based on the fact you're facing sideways and sat still. That's unlucky. I think, again, you kind of expected him to hit that and then he didn't, and it threw you off completely. Unlucky. You could have hit this a bit better if you waited a little bit before hitting it. You jumped closer to the ball and air roll a little bit. You could have hit this higher to the top right or top left of the net. Instead, because of the way you jumped, you kind of hit it directly at the keeper without being able to do anything else. But your team do score. You score even. Not a bad 50. Unlucky. If you're going to go for something like that, you need to be up much faster. You need to have jumped already before you even hear the enemies jumping, if possible. That's another moment where you could control the ball better. You're not under any direct threat. You have two teammates, one teammate there, the other teammate's going to respawn. There isn't an enemy directly next to you. You could have controlled this better. You could have just let it sort of roll. You could have just dribbled it off into your corner. Don't be afraid to try and catch the ball rather than instantly flick it over out of the way. You're kind of waiting for your teammate to go, but he's just stood still again. This guy just played quite strangely. That's unfortunate. You've kind of gone up front with your teammate, thinking he might pass or something. They've just managed to get it off him. And Gallant Greg is in the wrong place again. It was it's a good idea to stop following at this point. Some quite awkward rotations in this game. It's not all your fault. Some of it's your teammates quite often, actually. I feel like down this side, again, you could have controlled the ball better. Team score, you're kind of in an awkward spot here. I do think it should have been yours to go for. Originally, I mean, DW890 is in kind of a strange place as well. I'm not sure which one of you kind of got there first. Yeah, I mean, if you had the awareness of where your teammates were, this guy does have a better hit, so you could use your right analog stick to look around and just let him take that. Overtime. Wow, this is a long overtime. Again with the kickoffs, just try and find a better, faster kickoff to use. Oh, that's unlucky. This is one of those moments again where you kind of rotate back in too quick. You could control the ball much better here. Just because you can boom it doesn't mean you have to boom it. If you, for instance, roll it, or at this angle, you could have just turned left a bit more and hit it straight at the net. You'd been better off just jumping and flipping kind of on top of the ball so it rolls up the wall, and then you could dribble it round to the goal to pass, or just hit it for a pass at that point. You've just given away possession here by hitting it like you did, and then you do go straight back onto the ball again. What you really should have done is gone behind this guy. Yeah, you should have let him come in for that really. You should have rotated back into the last man position. And then you kind of go for it a third time as well. It's kind of awkward, but you didn't have a teammate there to get that one that time. Just think about what could happen next when you're doing this kind of thing, because you've done a really wound it at the wall. Think about where your other teammates are. Your net is wide open. By doing that, you're giving them an empty net to shoot at. Although, thankfully, they're not that great. They just missed that opportunity completely. For a higher level player, that's an instant win for them. What you could have done is continue going back rather than turning. Just continue going backwards. Hit it off your corner instead. Again, that's one of those weird touches you've done where you're going back, and you could catch and control this ball a lot better, but you tend to do this weird flip onto the ball to try and slow it down. Ultimately, it's not really helping, you're just giving possession back to the enemy. Yeah, that was awkward. Once he missed this, really, he should have just let you go for it. You don't seem to take into account really where your teammates are though, So you both hit this and you see your other teammates off to the left. As soon as they hit this, you're probably better off leaving it for him rather than like jumping in like that. Fortunately, it goes straight to him. That's another hit really where you could have controlled it again, and you just kind of, I don't know if you're panicking or it's your depth perception or you're not used to the camera settings or just overall mechanical ability, but that you should be hitting that directly back forwards towards their half. Or if nothing else, just leave it for this guy. By hitting it like you do, you make it very awkward for him. Now he's in a bit of a 1v3 situation when you do that, because the other teammate's not exactly back either. And he gets an awkward hit as well. And you've come straight across the goal again. So, in theory, this guy should be going for it, but you just cut straight across rotation again, straight into the attacking position to go for this ball. Probably better off just leaving it for them. And then that can leave you to get into a better position. You waste a lot of boost just getting down to the ground here. And you did have enough boost to score that if you were faster. Maybe if you didn't waste so much boost the first time. It's another situation again where you could have done something slightly differently. Based on the way you hit it, you're just giving it straight back to them. Consider just hitting it into your corner. You've got a teammate there anyway, but if he doesn't want to go for it, you can go for it again. So you could, instead of hitting it right, instead of just going like that and giving it away, I don't know what my mouse is doing there, you could hit it this way. If he doesn't get that boost, you can collect that boost and go back with the ball around the wall. Instead, what you do is you just give it away straight away again, and you have no real advantage. That's lucky. I thought they were going to score on you then. Just be careful with the way your car's facing in defense. Don't really want to let your teammate dribble this over the net either. Like, he really shouldn't be doing this move. It's quite risky. He doesn't look like he's got much boost. He should have really let you just go up the wall and get that. But then when you land, you do this weird, like this handbrake backwards is never going to help you. If they decide to have a shot directly on net, you've just spent a few seconds thinking about doing that handbrake, and then you've lost control of your car. At this point, I'm amazed they haven't scored. You had different opportunities here. You have a teammate directly here, which, rather than chipping it up like you do, which is not a bad thing if you can follow it with an aerial, you have 3 defenders in front of you, so if he's coming this way, and if you just go to this side of the ball and hit it in that direction, hit it across there to him, he can probably get a really good shot on net. He can boom that directly into the goal. By doing that, you're just making it easy for the defenders to stop any shot attempt from it. I think A lot of this is overtime panic, to be honest. It's a good shot though. Overall, you win the game 3-2 after a 3-minute 52-second overtime. There's a few things you need to work on which could help you climb through the ranks. Your position is off quite a bit and you tend to ignore where your teammates are. Try to position yourself better and rotate around the field whilst considering where your team is. Use your vision, look around the field to see who is where and what they can do to help you instead of you wanting to go for everything. Your boost management needs improving. Quite often you either waste boost trying to recover, or you don't seem to realise you have no boost. Also, sometimes you go out of your own way for that extra big boost when you don't need it because you already have, say, over 50. Your mechanical ability isn't bad, but you definitely could improve how you hit the ball when defending. There's a few times where you do the weird flick on the ball trying to help your team and it does nothing useful. You'd be better off catching it, etc. Also in attack, you could learn how to do an air roll shot to really hit it hard and into that corner, for example, rather than straight into the middle. We have guides for what I've just said in our RL Coach Discord, just check out the guides and tips channel. If you enjoyed this video, please leave me a like and subscribe. I'm trying to slipstream my editing now so I can get these videos out a little bit quicker, because I know that it's been taking me a long time to get through my replay queue, so hopefully now I'll be uploading more often. See you in the next video.